Alright, so I just woke up to not only getting ear raped by my alarm, but also the news of a snow day. The time of recording this video is December 2nd, and it should also come out on the same day. I don't know why it wouldn't come out on the same day, but yeah, on the second day of Christmas, Papa wants to sit you around the campfire and tell you a story. I was planning to actually make another video about COD and the AI usage, but stuff like this, should keep things from being repetitive, right? So in today's story time, I worked at a water park when I was 16 and 17, and the experience I've had with customers is something to say the least. Some of the people I've dealt with were a genuine pain in my ass and were stereotypical Karens with their children. So part of my job was working at the lazy river the water park had, right? And on this instance, it was an extremely busy Sunday. Sundays are some of our busiest days ever, along with like holidays like 4th of July, right? And there were about like 70 people in line. It was a very huge line, very busy day. 70 people in line trying to get into the lazy river. This guy with his two kids cuts the entire line, grabs a tube, which, by the way, you're not supposed to. Lifeguards are supposed to distribute them to you, and tries to get into the river. Naturally, me and the lifeguard I was working with told the guy respectively, right, to go in the back of the line. Or just wait a sec for us to help people who were in the line first and were waiting also a long time already. And for some reason, I mean, we were just like, you know what, man, fuck it, we'll help you, but just let us help these guys first. I mean, they're first in line, man. Come on. And for some reason, he gave us a death glare and said, "Are you serious?" And it's like, yeah, man, you cut like fucking 70 people. You can't just do that. And after that, he just took his kids and left. Later, around when the park was closing, the head lifeguard asked me if I refused to let someone get into the lazy river because of their autistic kids. You could only imagine my confused face at the time. Apparently, the same guy that cut that huge line told the head lifeguard that we wouldn't let him in because of his autistic kids. And like, first of all, he never told us that his kids were autistic, right? And second of all, that doesn't give you the excuse to cut a line of like around 70 people. Like, anyone can get into the river, but like if there's a line, just wait your fucking turn. Really is that simple. That's like shit to teach you in kindergarten. I don't know why that guy didn't get the memo, but oh well. And you know what? Yeah, this doesn't seem like anything crazy, but it only gets worse from here. One day I was working on some of the slides. This lady came up with her 6-month-old child. I'm gonna repeat that. 6 months old. And asked if they could ride down the slide. I more reasonably said no. Like, I'm not gonna be responsible for like an infant's neck snapping while you have fun riding down the slide. And after I said that, she throws a huge tantrum and says things like, "I'm full of shit," and "I don't know what I'm talking about." She also said that another lifeguard told her that she can ride with her 6-month-old kid, which is definitely bullshit. Maybe she was trying to get rid of her mistake that she made, and I couldn't come in clutch with an assist. I don't know. Crazy shit. There was another instance one day when it was closing time and everybody had to get out. This one Jewish lady, with all her being Jewish, it's gonna come in later. For some reason, this one lady, right, with all her might, refused to get out the lazy river. Like for some reason, she just wouldn't get out. Like it was closing time. It was 5:30. Park's closed. You gotta get out. You can't be staying there. You gotta get out. We all have to go home, right? And for some reason, she just refused. She just stayed in there and just would not get out. And she started spewing so much shit like, "I know when this park closes," which she obviously didn't because she wouldn't get out of the river when it closed. And very stereotypical stuff like, "I know my rights." For some weird reason, she was spewing shit like, "I know my rights." Like, what? This was definitely out of the hands of us regular lifeguards being 16 years old, right? Like us 16-year-olds that just work there, minimum wage, are not dealing with that reasonably, right? So we called our head lifeguard to get her out of there because we're not dealing with her, right? We needed her to get out, and the head lifeguard, I mean, shit, we can't do it. He's got to do it, right? He can do it, right? What can't he do, right? Worst part is he folded. He folded for I don't even know how. and let her stay in the river for 15 more minutes. I don't know why he thought that was a good idea. Maybe he thought her 15 minutes of fame was worth it. I have no clue. I don't know. I don't even know how he folded. All he had to do was just, because he's the head lifeguard. He's the main. He's like one of the the main people that work at the water park. I don't know why he couldn't just say water park's closed. Get out. He couldn't say it. Who knows why? After she finally got out of the river, after what felt like a millennium, a lifeguard I was working with asked her if the river was promised to her by God 3,000 years ago. I know, absolute wild shit, but the rest of us there just couldn't help but at least smile. We weren't laughing our asses off. I promise you we're not bad people, right? But someone at least had to chuckle from that, right? And it's like, I know it's a fucked up joke, but when you have the worst day of work and you had to deal with a bitch like that on top of like the end of the day and all that, a joke like that can lighten the mood a bit. But hey, remember kids, don't make jokes like that. They can land you in huge trouble. Okay? So yeah, I didn't have much fun working there at all, and there are many more stories I have from the water park. But I can always make another video if you guys want me to. And I know the intro and the outro for my last video was very lengthy, very long, so I'm going to keep this one short. Thanks for watching, and leave your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll just see you guys in the next one. See ya.